GTEs, they are not my favourite, but there's a strong... Hello boys and girls, Basic Ollie here, hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to another episode of This Week on iRacing, the series that tries to give you all the information you might need about the upcoming races before they appear on the UI. Now, we're going into week 10 already, if you can believe that. This season for me seems to have gone incredibly quick, and we've not really had a development update from, well, the developers of iRacing yet, so maybe now I've actually said that, we might get something this week. Fingers crossed. But yeah, we haven't had an update yet, which is a little bit odd, considering we're into week 10. But anyways, let's move on into the actual races for week 10, shall we? So, as always, with this series, we'll start off with the most popular stuff. We'll start off with IMSA, and this week we are going to VIR, Virginia International Raceway. This is classed as the full course, I believe, but it's not actually all the corners of the track, if that makes sense. But it's the standard layout that you know. Very, very good track. It's a free track. Probably the best free track on the service, if you ask me, because it's just such good value for money in terms of how big it actually is. And yeah, she's back, to be honest with you. IMSA here is a little bit chaotic. The first sector, especially the roller coaster section, going up there, if you get held up by a GT3, if you're in an LMP2 or a GTP, is a bit of a nightmare. You just bleed time, but there's not much you can do about it, really, unless you try and go around the outside, and that is very, very brave. But track temp-wise, it's going to be about mid 30 degrees. Every time I've loaded into it, it's been quite cloudy. So do be warned, if it isn't cloudy, you might get a little bit hotter than that. You could reach 40 degrees, so do be warned. And talking about the clouds as well, there is no chance of rain in any of them. So you've got the Open, the Fixed, and the 6 hour this weekend. So yes, the 6 hour series, the Global Endurance Series, is heading to VIR this week. So hopefully it'll be a popular one. I think in-game start time is around, around 2 PM. So it's going to start at its peak, and in the 6 hour, the temperatures should die off. I don't think you're going to get sunset, but you're going to be very, very close to it, I believe. So could be wrong on that, but yeah, keep an eye on that if you're going to do the 6 hour. So expect that to be fairly popular. But that's not the only 6 hour happening this weekend, boys and girls. It's not the only 6 hour, but we'll move on and let's head over to what the GT Sprint Series are doing, shall we? Alrighty then, up next, let's talk about the GT3 cars, shall we? Well, the GT3 Series, specifically the Open, the Fixed, and the 3 hour. So the cars and the series this week are heading to Silverstone this week. Now, Silverstone's a bit of a funny one. It's a track everybody knows, but it's not the most popular track on the sim, so I'm not really sure how this is going to go down. GT3 cars are, as always, very, very popular, and Silverstone is one of those tracks where people love it or hate it. It's a little bit like Marmite, to be honest with you, and I think it's all to do with some of the blind apexes and like turns 3 and 4 kind of put people off. But I really enjoy the track. I don't know how it's going to fare with just GT3 cars, but I suppose we'll find out. Anyways, let's talk about the weather for it. There's no chance of rain in the Open, Fixed, or the 3 hour, which is a bit of a surprise when you're racing in the UK, but yeah, there's no chance of rain at all, so you don't need to worry about that. In-game start time is around 12 PM. Track temperature-wise, you're probably looking around mid 30 degrees. If we have a look at this right now, yeah, about 32 degrees Celsius, so nothing crazy, something that we can all pretty much deal with. It shouldn't be too shabby. And yeah, in-game start time is about 12 PM, so nothing really to shout about on this one. Just a good solid cars and a good solid track, to be honest with you. So hopefully it works out well. Hopefully the participation's good, and hopefully if you do these races this week, hopefully you have a good time. All right, next up is that 6 hour race that I was alluding to earlier in this episode. It's the Nürburgring Endurance Championship, but it is the 6 hour version this week, boys and girls. So it happens once a year, where the NEC, Nürburgring Endurance Championship, you could do it solo or a team, but it's a 6 hour round. Now, usually they're always 4 hours, but for one time a year, they are 6 hours long. Now, this is a unique race because I believe it's the only 6 hour race where you can actually do it solo. It's the longest race in iRacing you can do solo, and that makes it a little bit more unique, and the fact it does just happen once a year. So this race itself is the same as any other NEC round with the classes that you get: GT3s, GT4s, P-Cups, TCRs, and the M2s. So they'll all be available to you. But yeah, it's just unique in itself. In-game start time is at 9 a.m, so it's an early start. Now, do be warned, because yes, it is 6 hours. It would be tough, especially if you're doing it by yourself. Even as a team, it's tough, but 6 hour by yourself is incredibly tough. I've done it a few times. I wouldn't advise it, but there's a 32% chance of rain in this one. All right, so there is a chance of rain. It's not so much in the morning. It's kind of as the race goes on to about midway. So it's going to start off dry for you, and then there is a chance. So I'm going to see if I can show you the forecast. It's a 32% chance of rain, as you can see here. Well, no, apologies, I was wrong. I've misread that. So there is a chance of rain before the start of the race, and then it's 32% in practice, and then as you go through qualifying and the race, it's going to drop. I've actually got that completely wrong. Wow, okay, my bad. I completely misread that. Right, I thought it was later on, apologies. So, yes. I think the way this is looking right now is if you join a lobby and the track is wet, then you're going to have it. If it is dry, I think the chance of you getting rain is pretty damn low, because you'll have to go for practice and quali, and the chance of rain in the UI is just getting lower and lower. So I just don't see it happening. So you're going to have your fingers crossed, I think. You'll join the lobby and it will be wet, or it will be dry, and it will probably be dry for the rest of it. So fingers crossed for you on that one. That's not going to be easy. So yeah, track temp will start relatively low, around 20 degrees, and then it will steadily increase, but it's all going to depend on what happens with the weather that you've got. But apart from that, yeah, pretty self-explanatory on this one. 6 hour race, NEC, like it always is, just extended length of the race. There is one fast repair, so do not forget that. Many people forget that this series does have a fast repair. There's no exception this week. But do remember that you do have a fast repair. But best of luck out there. Probably the toughest race of the year if you're soloing something officially. So yeah, best of luck. Fingers crossed for you, whatever car you go in. And yeah, hopefully you do enjoy it. All right, let's have a look at some of the other series that are going to be making an appearance this week on iRacing, shall we, for week 10. Let's have a little gander. So let's have a quick look at the 296 Challenge. At the moment, it's at Le Mans, but next week it's going to Zandvoort. That'll be scary in those cars when they go that quick, that's for sure. Just how quick those things are, crazy quick. TCR Virtual Challenge, that is going to VIR, so hopefully that will help with the participation levels of that series. You've got the Porsche Cup cars. I don't know, man. I don't want to say anything that gets me in trouble, but this track's like a virus for me. Like, I don't know, man. Like, it's just, as soon as it appears in one series, it just doesn't bugger off for ages. Right, Road America at Porsche Cup. Listen, it's going to be a good combo. Road America's popular, Porsche Cup's popular. You know, that will do well. But that Road America, I tell you, it's everywhere, that place. It just appears in one series and then just spreads elsewhere. Anyways, let's move swiftly on, shall we? Advanced Mazdas, they are going to VIR as well. So it looks like VIR is going to be a popular track this week. Now, the Production Car Challenge is going to a combination I've never seen before. Auto Club Speedway. I've never seen this before. And if you look at the track map does look kind of cursed. I can't lie. It almost looks like a hairpin or something. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I've never raced it before, so I can't really give you an opinion on that one. Hopefully it's okay, but I've never really seen it before, so I've got no idea what said participation levels are going to be like. Now, I'll have a quick look at the LMP3, because that will essentially be the GT4s and the Falcon Tyre Challenge as well. They're going to VIR. Blimey. Wow. I was going to say, if you've got VIR, it's a good week for you, but everyone's got VIR, so I suppose that is a benefit of this week. Radicals are going to Sebring, which should be a pretty cool layout. Supercars, where are you off to? Okayama. Where else that might tickle one's pickle? IMSA Vintage Series, currently at Daytona. That's going to go to Laguna Seca. Okay, so that'll be interesting. Multi-class aspect of those cars going around. That'll be very interesting indeed. GTEs, they are not my favourite, but there's a strong... track. Just a track. They're going to Road America. Okay? They're going to Road America. I'm going to go to Road America at some point. Jesus. Anyways, right. Proto GT, where are you off to this week? Oh, it's not Road America. Rejoice. It's going to Imola. Okay. Interesting. Creventic Endurance Series, I'm still waiting for that. That's still got, I've still got another 2 months yet. Let's not worry about that one for a while. Right. Fanatec Global Challenge. That's going to Laguna Seca. Nice. And yeah, I think that's kind of about it for the sports car stuff. Nothing crazy, I don't think. Nothing crazy on that one. A solid week in terms of popularity. I think it will be dominated. I think IMSA and the GT stuff will be very popular, but the 6 hour at the weekend will be the thing people will be looking forward to the most, in my opinion. Anyways, right, let's have a look at the Open Formula stuff, as we always do. The fixed is going to go to Snetterton, the 300 layout. The Americas is going to go to VIR. Surprise. Asia Tour, where are we going on that one? Winton Motor Raceway. Wow, okay. I haven't raced around there in ages. Circuit de Lebanon for the European Tour of the F4 cars. Now let's have a quick little gander at the F3 cars, so Formula C. Road Atlanta at the moment, they're going to go to Suzuka. Okay, that's some good back-to-back stuff, that. And then the Super Formula Lights, where are you off to? You're going to Catalonia. Okay. Rain unlikely, so it looks like there's going to be a chance of rain on that one. And it has the better track layout as well, if you ask me. Okay. So the Open Formula stuff, not too bad. And then we'll have a quick look at the NASCAR stuff, shall we? Let's have a look at the Class A fixed. Going to Daytona. Okay. I might have to have a little look at that. I do like my NASCAR racing at Daytona, I can't lie. Class C fix for the tracks. Milwaukee Mile. I don't actually have that track. On the few tracks I don't really have. I've got quite a few these days, but if there's a track I don't have, it's normally an oval track. Yeah, same for that one as well. Xfinity, where are you heading? You are going to Daytona. Interesting. The Open is, I would assume, going to Daytona as well. Nice, pretty cool. So NASCAR stuff, I think it'd be pretty well sorted. It's going to be popular as soon as Daytona pops up. It always is. So I think it'll be all right. I had no idea on what Milwaukee's like for participation levels. But overall, not a bad week. To be honest with you, I don't know. My personal rating is probably like a 7.5. For me, the interest is going to be the NEC at the weekend. I think that's going to be my highlight to try and get through that. Will I do it solo? Will I do it in a team? I don't know. Solo is a challenge, and I do like a challenge. So we'll see. Anyways, right. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of This Week in iRacing. As always, if you do, please do subscribe on your way out and hit the like button, and I'll catch you for next week's episode. But take care. Enjoy This Week in iRacing, and have a good one. Ta-ra.